Okay, so this, I don't know if you can see that, but the spool tells us that it's 22 gauge. So then you just find 22 gauge on the thing. I think it's there. And then 22. And I'm just gonna roughly guess. That's probably way more than I needed, but that's okay. Oh, it is. And then there's the pin. So now we get to put the actual crimper together. So this is the top. Um, if you can see the side of it, it gives you step-by-step instructions based on the size of the pin that you have and your wire gauge up here at the top, uh, which number you need to set this dial to. So because we have 22 gauge and the red one, so the three colors on the top correspond to each of the colors on the side. And then this little indicator shows you which one you currently have selected. So if we use the red one, then we need to set the number on the thing to 4. It should already be there, but I'll double check it. Let's double check it. It's actually not. That's crazy. So if you want to adjust it, you just pull the thing out, pick it up, and spin it. And then obviously the one that lines up with the arrow is the one that it's set to. Put the thing back so you don't lose it. And then putting the top on it is the only part that the SatFab video really doesn't go over. So there's a little black pin on the bottom. I don't know where I need to point. I'm gonna assume that's good. That goes in this little hole right here, and then you need to Allen wrench these two into the bigger holes. The SatFab video kind of just glosses over that and tells us, yeah, just, start with it on. That's not really how this works. The Allen wrench comes in the box as far as finding one that's the right size. I also mess around with that for longer than I want to admit.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, so then if you want to set it, you just take this button and push it. Oh, I started it, of course I did. So the other thing, as far as the crimper, if you start squeezing and you can hear it click, it won't let you back out. You have to go all the way. That's just one of those little things that they don't tell you. Wow, that's just terrible. That's better. For demonstration purposes. Come on, Joe. So much better. Okay, so then as far as stripping the right amount of wire off of it, you can, I'm essentially pushing it all the way into it at this point. And I'm pretty sure the SatFab standard is no less than a wire diameter gap between the bottom of the pin and the insulation of the wire. So the first time I had way too much. The second time though, it's better. See how there's only like an itty bitty gap? Tolerable. And then at this point, you've done all the hard work, and you just, because we have the right size, it's literally as easy as I can push it all the way in and just hold it square against the back of it and squeeze, and it'll make a connection, and that won't come loose. If you don't have the right size, you'll push it all the way in, and either like you'll crimp down here or you'll completely miss. As far as finding the right size, we had to trial and error it. I know that the way that my dad explained it is that they're supposed to come with color indicators on the box, but they didn't come in a box, they just come in a bag like this. So they do have like a little red indicator on them. So that was my best guess. I picked the red one and just messed with the size according to the thing, and it worked. So that's fortunate. Very, very fortunate. But other than that, it's just trial and error, which kind of sucks. From having to trial and error it, the crimp tool was relatively nice about giving you the pins back. You need to mess up pretty bad to break it.
How can you tell if you've got the wrong size when you're doing
So like if you have the wrong size, then when you insert it and you go to crimp it, either like it'll crimp like here on the wire instead of over the pin head because it expects the pin to be bigger than it is, or you won't like crimp the actual section of the pin. That would be really obvious because you go to put it in and it doesn't go all the way in. But in most cases, it's way more likely that you go to insert it and it inserts too far. So then you'll do the action and it won't do it effectively won't do anything. In most cases, the pin just kind of disappears into the void of the inside of the crimp tool, but it gives them back. All you have to do is take the top off and you can literally just pick it up out of it. And then I guess I can take it apart and put it back. This little switch on the side releases the top. So effectively it lets you adjust it again, because once you push it down, you can't adjust it. And then, can I do this correctly the first time this time? Cool. I can't possibly go the wrong way this time. Probably sufficient. In fairness, I've never tried taking it off with the action like set, but I would recommend not doing that. That sounds like a good way to break it. Our box. And then, so as you guys can see, there's effectively 4 different options. I'm pretty sure that they're intended to work with different pin types, but the indication list on the side of it is 6 miles long, and I have yet to figure out what importance it actually has. So this is the right one for the pins that we have. Unfortunately, they are not labeled differently other than the list of pins that it accepts, or whatever the list is different. So I just remember that it's the 3rd one. Put that in there. Close it. And done. Go. My name's John Kaminsky. I'm part of the M-cubed AIT electrical D subgroup.